It's Dignitas. First question right off the bat. How's it feel to be like driving this new car that you guys got? It's just, you guys have been taking it to the Nexus every time.
It feels great. You know, this game was actually as close as to how we want to perform, and there's still room for improvement even in that game. So just being able to actually pull it out, not just in scrims, but transition that to LCLs feels amazing.
And you're staying as the main shot caller, of course.
You know, I make a lot of decisions, but it's not just me. You know, a lot of time, the best games we have is when everybody's contributing, everyone's saying, look, this is open, and then I can't keep track of everything, and nobody can actually do that. So we have kind of, when one falters, somebody else is like, no, I remember to do this. So then we're all just helping each other out. It's like, we got to go for this, do that. So it's all a collective effort as to what decisions are being made.
Well, let's talk about the early game where you are making a lot of the big moves here. You did a lot of stuff mid, going for the classic second blue buff handoff gank there. You got high in the first one, and then we have a replay of the second one, same area. You actually get Lemon trying to ward up this spot, and you guys translate this into really the big first boost for your team. You get Dragons off it. You get a lot of momentum from this play. So let's pull that play up on your screen.
So we know Dragon's coming up right now, and we see Lemon from mid lane that he's approaching to try to get a ward in. Obviously, you can't do Dragon without wards, so we're just waiting there for him. We have 2 wards trying to scout him for some reason. So then we're just waiting here for him, and I'm all physical damage, so I can pretty much murder him solo. And then from this on, I just kick for the damage at this point, try to see if Shifter can finish him off. Once he dies, free Dragon.
The control in this game, looking back to earlier, there were definitely some errors where you guys seemed unsure. Why did you seem so sure against what was the #1 team for 2 splits in a row now playing this game? Everything was so definitive.
I feel like going into this game, I was making the best I could as to trying to find Meteos. My goal that game was, where is he? And I could never find him. Like, I went in his jungle, I waited for counter ganks that looked obvious, and I couldn't find him at all. So I was like, I guess I'll just do my own thing. So after that point, I just started trying to make plays, and I buy a lot of wards now, like a ridiculous amount of wards with my sights and all.
Has gone
so,
through the roof.
I mean, I feel like that just the more vision control we can get, the more definitive our decisions are. And it really shows from game to game that the more wards we have, the more good, decisive calls we have, the less, the sloppier it is.
Well, our next replay shows that you were definitely trying to do your own thing. 3 for none as they were chasing you in the bottom lane. And all of us were looking at this like, what's going on? Let's pull this one up on your screen. Seemed like you were kind of out and about here, but you knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, so right now, I've told my team before that to collapse on them bottom, and I see them lining up, so I can maybe get a kick. I get a double kick on this, and I want to go back on this because Zyra is coming in, but I'm too tanky, and then Shifter is like, go in, I have ulti, so I just go in, try to just distract him, and then go back out. I don't even need to use my Tempest. As long as I can keep them there for longer, my team will finish them off. So Shifter saves me while keeping them all in, and from this point, like, this is already game.
Mission accomplished. Kept them long around.
Just distract them.
Then the duo lane comes in, cuts him off. That duo lane, by the way, they're looking strong.
Yeah.
In real life, they're looking different as well. I don't know what to call Kiwi kids, but like Cutie Pie's got the Khal Drogo braid going on here.
I think he went with more
kids,
princess. Like, Kiwi's is just a bowl. I think he lost a bet and he's like, I'm just going to go for a bowl cut. And I mean,
it's like a half weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I think he can definitely pull it off. So props to him.
Adorable indeed. Looking at the rest of the games that that Dig has coming up, you guys play Curse tomorrow. What are your thoughts here? You definitely some pressure relieved on the situation for Cloud9, but you're not going to let anything go to lax, right?
I think we're going to beat Curse just flat out. I think they've been looking sloppy in their first 2 LCS games so far, and I think that throughout the games we've improved, at least showing in this one that we're pretty strong. So I feel like we're just going to beat them flat out. I don't think they're going to be able to surprise us with anything. It seems like from the 2 games, they don't even have anything that's too wild to throw somebody off guard. So it should be a straightforward match for us.
Did you guys have to do anything after the game earlier today? There were obviously a lot more things you wanted to improve on. Did you guys have to set down any ground rules, or what did you come to?
Nothing really happened. Even though it was a really sloppy game, you know, we know we had a crazy early gold lead. We had a great early game, but we knew the mistakes we made, right? I mean, everybody that made them, which is everyone, we all knew what happened. So We didn't even look back on it. We're like, yeah, we know what happened. Like, we'll look at it later. Don't even worry about it, because then you start thinking about that when you're placing that, and maybe you have that in the back of your head, and that just throws you off. So we didn't even look at the replay. We don't know what really happened that last game.
Okay.
We'll talk about it tonight.
Continue to play with confidence.
Exactly.
That's how you go up against the top team.
Yeah.
Jumping back a little bit to what you were saying about Meteos, it's something he said as well, is that he always wants to find the other jungler. What kind of triggered that for this game and made you just want to go for him?
Well, I think that we had kind of bullying lanes, to be honest. Our Zyra, Lucian's a strong laner, Lulu's a strong laner as well, and Shyvana can hold her own against Trundle. So if we can basically remove junglers out of the equation, every lane that's a bully should win. So you can create a little bit of a goal lead in that. Seeing how I'm Lee Sin against Kha'Zix, Kha'Zix is also, Lee Sin is a really strong jungler that can just 1v1 other junglers. So if we can pretty much isolate every matchup to its counterpart, since we have just better early game champions in that regard, we should be able to just create a lot more pressure in the gold lead. So that's why I was looking for him, but I couldn't find them.
What do you think about the current state of the junglers, and what would you do in a situation like TSM Amazing was faced with, where they ban out those sort of top four, the Evelynn, Elise, Lee Sin, and Kha'Zix? Then what do you kind of dip into?
I think there's a crazy variety of junglers right now. If you're only focusing on those four, then I think you're making a mistake. There's a lot more stuff that you can run around that's strong early game that can defend itself against other champions. So I don't think that's a really poor situation to be in, and I don't think it's a crazy strategy to just go for. So I think just people need to expand their champion pools a little bit more, be able to adapt to outside of the meta picks to be able to just function in case a situation like that happens again.
And we talked a little bit about Dyrus. Final question for you, Crumbs, about the team synergy and how they're kind of growing with new players on the team. You know, what do you guys what have you been doing with Shifter and Zion at the house besides practicing to get, kind of that camaraderie going?
Well, I mean, we went out to eat every day for the last week. So every night we just go out to eat, and then we have a buddy system to clean dishes. So we always duo queue, go to the gym together all the time. So I mean, before they came in, we'd go like three times a week, and now we can go up to 5 times. So cool. It's not bad. We can just go, hey, let's go to the gym. Oh, let's go out get food. Let's go do this. So it's more of a buddy system into almost everything that we do now, and that's good for building synergy, of course.
Well, it seemed to work out very well. You guys removed Cloud9's silver lining on the second day of the summer split and tarnished that record. Best of luck on the rest of the ride for Dig. All right, everyone, we got to take this last break before our final match of the day, Evil Geniuses versus Counter Logic Gaming. We'll be right back.